Yes, hello my dear students. Now we will discuss the new topic transcription in prokaryotes. In prokaryotes, the structural gene is polycistronic and continuous. Polycistronic and continuous. In bacteria, the transcription of all the three types of RNA, messenger RNA, transfer RNA and ribosomal RNA is catalyzed by single DNA dependent enzyme which is known as the RNA polymerase. In E. coli bacterium, the RNA polymerase has cofactors beta, beta 1, alpha, alpha 1 and sigma factor to catalyze the process. The transcription is completed in 3 steps. First is known as the initiation, number 2 is elongation and third point is known as the termination. Let us discuss one by one. Initiation. Sigma factor recognizes the start signal and promoter region on DNA, which then along with RNA polymerase binds to the promoter to initiate transcription. Just you have understand in the previous video what is the role of the promoter gene. It allows the RNA polymerase to bind and thus the process of transcription initiate. So in this initiation process what happened? The sigma factors recognize it. Along with the sigma factor, the DNA then binds with the RNA polymerase and promote the initiation of the transcription. Let us see. The next one is known as the elongation. The RNA polymerase after initiation of RNA transcription loses the sigma factor but continues till the polymerization of ribonucleotides to form RNA. Termination. Once the RNA polymerase reaches the termination region of DNA, the RNA polymerase is separated from DNA RNA hybrid. As a result, nascent RNA separates. This process is called termination, which is facilitated by a terminator factor that is known as the Rho factor. In prokaryotes, messenger RNA does not require any processing. One of the most important question, just you have learned that why it is the cistron is known as polycistronic. It is not monocistronic. In case of eukaryotes, just you will see that it is the monocistronic, means it requires the processing. But here, due to the presence of the polycistronic cistron in prokaryotes, messenger RNA does not require any processing. So both transcription and translation occur in the cytosol. It can be said that the transcription and translations are coupled together without any late. Their process is going on. Let us understand with the help of the diagram also. Yes, my dear students, just you see that it is the double helical structure of the DNA. It unwinds and it is a template strands where there is a promoter, and on the promoter there is a RNA polymerase along with the sigma factor. It binds and starts the initiation process. The structural gene reads the base pair and along with the process, this process is going on, that is known as the elongation. At the end of the elongation, the third point is known as the termination. So it is also means we can say regulated by the Rho factor. Rho factor, it removes the RNA polymerase and the nascent RNA which is formed, it means which is transcribed, it will released. So it is this diagram, it shows the transcription in prokaryotes. Very important diagram, you will draw in your note copy. Let us discuss the transcription in the eukaryotes. Yes, my dear students, just you see the transcription in eukaryotes. The structural gene are here monocistronic, means split. The process of transcription is similar to that in prokaryotes, but only the differences is in on which point let us discuss. It takes place in the nucleus they have coding sequence called exons, and that form part of messenger RNA. And what is the introns? Means the non-coding sequence called introns that do not form part of messenger RNA, and it must be removed during the process of the transcription, that is known as the splicing. By a process which is introns are removed, it is known as the splicing. In eukaryotes, there are at least 3 different RNA polymerase. My dear students, just you have learned that in prokaryotes, only DNA dependent RNA polymerase, it transcribes the all types of ribosomal RNA, transfer RNA, messenger RNA. But here, at least 3 different RNA polymerase in the nucleus, apart from the RNA polymerase in the organelles, take part, which functions as follows. Let us see. RNA polymerase 1. RNA polymerase 1, it transcribes ribosomal RNA. RNA polymerase 2, it transcribes the precursor of messenger RNA. One of the most important term of this transcription in eukaryote, just you see, it is known as the heterogeneous nuclear RNA, hnRNA. Means RNA polymerase 2 directly could not synthesize messenger RNA, but there is a precursor of messenger RNA, which is known as the heterogeneous nuclear RNA. RNA polymerase 3, it catalyzes transcription of transfer RNA. The primary transcripts, it contains now both exon and introns, as you have learned. And it is subjected to a process called splicing, where the introns are removed and the exons are joined in a definite order to form messenger RNA. The heterogeneous nuclear RNA undergoes 2 additional processes, that is known as the capping and tailing. What happened in capping? Let us see. In capping, an unusual nucleotide, which is known as a methyl guanosine triphosphate, is added to the 5' end of the hnRNA, heterogeneous nuclear RNA. In tailing, adenylate residues about 200 to 300 are added to the 3' end of the heterogeneous nuclear RNA. Now, the fully processed hnRNA is called messenger RNA and is released from the nucleus into the cytoplasm. Thus, we can say that what is the difference between the prokaryotes transcription, how prokaryotes transcription takes place, and how the transcription process takes place in eukaryotes. So, my dear students, you will see in this diagram also, and then you will draw it. This is the difference into the eukaryote, that there is the not directly there is a formation of the messenger RNA. Why? Because there are the exon as well as there is the intron. So it is essential that the introns must be removed. So the process which will helpful to remove the introns is known as the splicing. And how the splicing is going on? By the capping and by the tailing. 2 processes is required, because heterogeneous nuclear RNA, it is a precursor. So what happens in the capping? Methyl guanosine triphosphate is added at the 5' end, and in the tailing, adenylate residues of 200 to 300 is joined at the 3' end. Hence, there is a formation of the messenger RNA. It means the introns are completely removed and there is the synthesis of the messenger RNA. Now the protein synthesis will start. So we will discuss more in the next video. Till then, bye.